Welcome to Real Life Investing. This is Al getting in contact with you guys, getting ready to talk a little bit about XRP. Well, the case is finally done. XRP escapes, and the SEC is no longer going to supposedly go after XRP. So the guys are free and clear, and XRP is now going to be free to grow as it pleases. Well, let's just go ahead and start looking at what's going on in the world here. According to what we see, fear and greed is going to be 23. Looks like the Bitcoin price is 85,957. Things appear to be looking pretty decent. Let's take a look at some Bitcoin dominance. Currently, right now, Bitcoin dominance is at 60.7%. Ethereum is at 8.7%. Others at 30.6%. So just a little bit of information. It's getting ready to jump into XRP. But before we do, just ask you to make sure that if you like what you see today, ask you to like and subscribe to the channel. And we definitely appreciate your participation. So let's just go ahead and start looking at XRP itself before we jump into that news. But right here, I noticed that it is currently up 7% at $2.46. XRP, let's take a look at that all-time high. I forgot what it was. Not too far off. Oh, all-time high is $3.84, which was a long time ago. But now that we see this particular release for XRP, there's a strong possibility that is going to be going up. Now, got to admit, I've already held XRP in the past. Full disclosure, I'm not really holding much now, maybe just a tiny fraction. But XRP has definitely been a coin that has been stable. As far as jumping through the roof, we'll see what happens. But it also is supposed to be a part of the crypto reserve. So therefore, I do feel like XRP is going to be definitely on the way up and is obviously going to go past the all-time high. But currently, we're just dealing with, okay, now what do we do next? We hear all this good news. And have you noticed something about the good news that we've been hearing lately? It's like we'll see a slight bump and then flatline, slight bump, then flatline. There's really not been any good news that just keeps things going up. So that's one of the issues that we're concerned about right now. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to give you one little article that I've read. It's about Jeremy Hogan. So Jeremy Hogan is a legal expert who is basically gives us some information on this XRP case. So it says legal expert Jeremy Hogan provided further insights into the implications of this development. According to Hogan, the SEC's decision to drop its appeal means that the judgment from Judge Torres, which included a $125 million penalty and an injunction, represents the extent of Ripple's liabilities in this case. Hogan outlined 4 potential scenarios for what comes next. Ripple may continue its appeal to seek a ruling from an appellate court on whether investment contracts require formal agreements. Ripple could agree to drop its appeal, allowing jurisdiction to return to the trial court where both parties might attempt to amend the existing judgment. Another possibility is that Ripple agrees to drop its appeal, leading to a private agreement between the parties without modifying the judgment. Lastly, Ripple might choose to pay the $125 million penalty and proceed without further legal action. The funny thing about it is, even though the case is ended, there's still so many forks in the road that we kind of don't know where Ripple is going to go from here exactly. We do know that everything is, a lot of very positive signs, but at the same time, we're not really sure exactly what's going to happen. So it says right here for a little more detail, second try, the SEC has apparently dropped its appeal, but we don't know if Ripple has agreed to do the same. As far as negative outcomes, the judgment from Judge Torres is the worst it can get. So this is the one thing that we have to look at, is that this is the worst the situation can get. So everything from here is roses. My personal thoughts on XRP after this is that, yeah, I see it's rising. I see things are happening. I gotta admit though, not gonna I'm not gonna say that I'm a part of the XRP enthusiasts. I do feel that it's probably gonna double or triple from here, but for some reason I'm just not. I'm just not on the XRP bandwagon like some people. Um, I know that if you buy it, and remember, nothing that we say here on the channel is financial advice. I know here from here that if you buy it, you definitely most likely you're going to double or triple your money. Anything I can say beyond that, I will not say, because I'm just not seeing from the experience that I've seen with this situation. I'm just not seeing anything that's telling me that this one's going to jump out of the gym. I could be dead wrong, but I'm probably not. But like I said, if you're in XRP, hold on to it. Hopefully you have it at a certain average that you're satisfied with it. Um, Most likely, to be honest with you, between now and whatever time this is things are going to happen, XRP is going to have another drop, or I'm not going to say it's going to totally dump, but I know it's going to have another drop. But once it goes down again, I would try to buy XRP at any price that's under $2. I could, like I said, I could be totally wrong. Maybe this sucker's just gonna, go off the rip in the next few days and, be $8 or something like that, or something crazy. But I'm not sure. I'm not feeling it. As far as like from the research I've done, the things I've seen, I'm not gonna be willing to go as high as some other people. So 3x at the most, in my opinion. I love XRP. And for those of you who are in XRP, just hold it, wait. You are definitely going to double, triple your money. But at the same time, beyond that, I don't know what's going to happen. But good ruling. But hey, let's look at it this way as well. Not only is this good for XRP, it's good for the crypto markets in general. The only challenge that we're dealing with right now is the fact that even though this ruling has went down, the SEC is not really making any real regulations. Um, and if it's not the SEC, there are some other, financial bodies that are part of the federal government that could do so. But we just don't have any crypto regulation right now that is really going to help to rocket the market. I really think if we just get a little bit of clarity, things are going to get better. Also, if interest rates start going down, we're definitely going to see some influx of liquidity into the market. So even if we don't get the clarity that we want, the liquidity in the market is going to set off the second part of this bull run that we've been looking for. This is Al, real life investing. Keep on investing. Hang tight. Things are going to get better. Thank God for this good news, and we'll take it from there. Have a good one. Please share, like, comment, and subscribe to Real Life Investing. And thank you for watching.